What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, okay, making their debut on the channel tonight, we have AC/DC. Yes, indeed. How about that? AC/DC making their debut on the channel. This is a request from Jacob Evans, and it was also the winner of the Patreon request prioritization poll with 49% of the vote. So it moved from number 674 in the queue straight up to number 1. So yes, indeed, folks, your vote does matter. They all want to see me react to this song. It is AC/DC with a live performance of their tune, Let There Be Rock. Now, have I heard the song before? Yes, I have heard this song before. I'm well familiar with this song. I wouldn't say it's one of my favorite AC/DC songs. I wouldn't go that far, but I will say I do enjoy the song. And when I do hear it, I listen to it every time and I enjoy it. So there's that. So am I familiar with the song? Yes, I've definitely heard it before. However, to the best of my knowledge, I don't think I've ever seen them perform this song live. I've never, well, okay, to be honest with you guys, I've never even been to an AC/DC concert, so I can't say I have. I don't normally watch live performances of AC/DC, so to the best of my knowledge, I've never heard it or seen it live. So here's the deal. I will not be taking the song itself into account here in any way, shape, or form. I will only be reacting to, evaluating, and scoring the live performance. What they do on stage, their stage energy, their stage presence, showmanship, stage interaction, crowd interaction, production. That's what I'm going to be taking into account here, not the song, okay? So please keep that in mind. This was posted by AC/DC, okay? And the video has 67.7 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. AC/DC, Let There Be Rock, live at River Plate, December 2009. Cool. What in the world? 1746? Isn't this song like under 4 minutes long? So they're going to take a 4-minute long song and extend it out to 1746. Dear Lord. Okay, well, I mean, we'll see how this goes. You guys know how I am with longer songs. Look, if the song is great and I'm enjoying myself and I'm having fun and I'm having a good time and I'm loving it, it's got nothing to worry about. As a matter of fact, it might get a slightly higher score because of the fact that they were able to do that. On the flip side, if I'm not feeling it, I'm not having a good time, I'm getting bored, and I'm sitting here watching the clock going, when is this going to be over? It's going to get hammered. So 1746. Well, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Back in 1955, man didn't know about the rock and roll style and all that jive. The white man had the smallest, the black man had the blues. But no one knew what they was gonna do, but Tchaikovsky had the news. Just let it light, and it was late. Let there be sound, and it was sound. Let there be drums out, and it was drums. Let there be guitar, baby, and it was guitar. Baby, let there be rock, yeah, yeah. Let there be rock and roll on you. Here we go.
Oh, man. Ho. Security needs to step up their game on that poor guy. They should have done a better job of catching him. It looks like he took a header right into the ground. Did he?
Let it be rock and roll on you. Here we go.
Oh, he did. Oh, that poor kid. Dear Lord. Ouch. Oof. I mean, so far so good. It's, as far as the sound goes, it's about what I was expecting. It sounds like they're playing the song just fine. It is dropped down. It's not in its original key. I know as the bands get older and they play longer and longer, you'll see bands start to do that. So they'll start to detune. So I noticed that. I noticed the detuning. But it still sounds good. Still sounds really good. Let's keep going here.
And all across the land, every rockin' band throwing up a stone. And the guitar man got famous, the businessman got rich, and the memory brother was a superstar with a 7-inch. And there were 15 million fingers learning how to play it, and you could hear the fingers picking. And this is what they had to say. They said light, sound, drums, guitar. Really let it be rock, yeah, yeah. Really be rocking round all over you, everybody.
Oops. Okay, now we can pause. I wasn't sure it was going to go into a solo or something like that. I'm still really curious how we're going to make another 1434 out of this. I'm really kind of curious. It's that curious dread. You know, it's like you're dreading it, but at the same time, you're really curious to see how they're going to make this work. How they're going to pull this off. So there's that curiosity, but there's also the part of me that's like dreading it. Like I'm scared. I don't want this to be just, I don't know. I just don't want them to drag it out for the sake of dragging it out. You know what I mean? I hope there's purpose behind it. So we'll see. We'll see. Well, keep an open mind. See how it goes. Let's keep going.
Shaking hand. There was an attitude decibel rocking band. And the music was good and the music was loud. Man, the singer turned and he said to the crowd, let me rock, yeah.
Okay, he's holding a note. Thank God. Oh, jeez. 3.5 minutes without pausing. Oh, God, this is going to get blocked. I've heard that this video gets blocked a lot. I've heard that AC/DC is savage about blocking, so... Oh, boy. Okay, I'm going to say something here, and I really hope people don't take this the wrong way. This is what I was afraid of. I was afraid of this. I was afraid this was going to happen. When I saw the time, and I was like, how are they going to make that song extend out 17 minutes? Well, now I know. They're in a very extended guitar solo. Look, it's not that I don't appreciate guitar solos. That's not it. It's not that I don't appreciate guitar solos. But if you're going to do an extended guitar solo, this is just me, okay? This is just me. If you're going to do an extended guitar solo, should you do it in the middle of a song, or should you do it as its own thing, its own entity? Me personally, I like it when it's its own thing, when it's its own entity, when, you know, the lights go off, you know, and everybody leaves off stage, except the guitar player, lights come on, and there's a guitar player by himself, and he does a solo, you know? Now, in a situation like this, where you're doing it in the middle of a song and extending the song out, it has an advantage of having the band filling out the sound. Okay, that is happening. Bass, drums, guitar, they're backing him up and keeping the song going and keeping the song full. I get it, okay? And believe me when I say this, I give all of the credit in the world to the other three members back there who are playing the exact same riff over and over and over again for Lord knows how long, and doing it consistently without getting lost, without falling asleep, without spacing out and daydreaming. I'll be honest with you, man, I've been in this situation before where we vamped for like over 6 minutes on the same riff, and I kid you not, I went on autopilot. I checked out. I knew how to play the song, and I could play it in my sleep, and I was playing it, but my mind drifted off into, I don't remember, I think I was thinking about what are we going to have for dinner that night? Where are we going to go? what we're going to eat? I think that's what I was thinking about. Because all I remember is I heard the vocalist come back in, and I snapped back into reality, and I don't remember how much time it went by. I may have been spacing out for 30 seconds. I may have been spacing out for 3 minutes. I do not remember. But I do remember I zoned out. But I knew the song well enough that it didn't matter. Nobody noticed because I played the song just fine. So I give all of the credit in the world to those three back there. Don't get me wrong. Angus is doing a fine job with his solo. It sounds good. He's doing a great job. But man, those are the three guys back there. They are champions. Absolute freaking champions for being able to keep that riff going. I will say also, I kind of like where he's at right now. He's on that little pedestal out in the middle of the crowd. And the way they have the floods designed, the light designer and the light engineering guy, he's watching Angus. And whenever Angus goes over to the side, those floods kick on, and he'll go to the middle, and the middle floods kick on, and then the side fills will turn off, and then when he goes to the other side, the middle fills turn off, and the middle floods turn off, and the other side floods turn on. So he's being aware of where Angus is going, and he's activating the floods accordingly. It's a nice little effect. It is a nice little effect, and I did notice it. It's kind of cool. I don't know. Let's see where this goes. I'm hoping I'm wrong. I really am. We'll see. We'll see. Oh boy. See, that's what I was talking about. Let me back up a little bit. So right now, he's in the center, right? He's in the middle, and the middle floods are on. See? Now, boom. It's a nice little touch. It's a nice little touch. It's production. It's absolutely production. And that's a very smart thing to do with your floods, especially the way this stage is designed, having this long walkway with this podium, with this platform over here. Why not utilize the platform to all you can do? You know, put those floods up there on each side. Why not? I don't see a problem with it. I think it's cool. Elevator going up, okay. Okay, I see the design reason for that now. Alright. Okay. When he came out to this platform, I saw that ring. I saw that circle. And I was thinking to myself, that looks like it could be like a raising platform. I thought to myself that could be. And I'm glad to see that it was. I'm glad to see it wasn't just there for decoration. But I was still wondering why the circle. Why the circle with the raised, for lack of a better word, fence. Not a little railing there. I was wondering why. Well, now when he fell on his back and he turned on his side and he was using his feet on that rail to spin him around, now I get it. Now I get it. It makes sense. It's cool. It's got utility. It's got purpose. It's not just there for decoration. There is a reason for it. And I can appreciate that. Again, production. Well done. Good design work. Good forethought. Way to utilize it. So, nice job. Let's keep going. That big rock and roll ending. We're getting it. We're definitely getting it. Going all the way to stage, far stage right, all the way to far stage left, back to the middle. I wonder if he's going to go back down the ramp again. Wouldn't shock me if he did. Back over to stage left. Water on the back. Okay. There are elevators and lifts everywhere for him. Saw some good crowd interaction there. That's good. You know, getting the crowd involved. Anywhere from the plain to single notes, the bump, 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 and getting the crowd to clap or point, whatever, cheer. Stopping the solo completely and looking out into the crowd, you know, doing the whole ear thing. Look, it's all crowd interaction. That's awesome. That's good stuff. I'm glad he's doing it. Every little thing's going to help the score with this. Let's keep going. as long as it is going for, I will say right now he's demonstrating some fantastic crowd control. Every single person in the crowd is responding. Everybody. I mean, I don't just mean these people on the floor up in the front or these people on the floor in the back. I mean, even the people up here in the nosebleeds, even they are participating. So, total and complete crowd control. That's awesome. That's fantastic. Good for him. I'm glad he can do that. And it's fun to watch. I'm not gonna lie. It brought a smile to my face to see him, do that with the whole play, stop, and giving the crowd to call, response. It's fun to see that. And like I said, every single good thing that I could possibly scrap up here and scrape out of the barrel, I'm gonna need for this score. So every single good thing that he could possibly do it. Please do it. Oh boy. All right, let's keep going. Yeah. Oh boy. All right. I'm going to scrape every single good thing I can out of this barrel. But I gotta be honest with you, the barrel is not very deep. I might be able to get my elbow in there, but that's about it. I might be able to get my hand down and have the rim come up to my elbow, but it's not a deep barrel. So I'm going to scrape everything I can out of it to try and put together a decent score, but I can't make any promises. We'll see. Let me think about it, and I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was AC/DC, well, it was mostly Angus Young. Let's be honest here, but you know, it is what it is. It was AC/DC with a live rendition of their song "Let There Be Rock." This was a request from Jacob Evans, and this was also the winner of the Patreon request prioritization poll with 49% of the vote, moving it from number 674 in the queue straight up to number 1. So there you go, folks. Your voices were heard and your voices were counted for sure. Okay, I scraped that barrel. I went in there with a Brillo pad and I scoured that barrel. I then took that barrel apart, took each slat from the barrel, and I wrung it out to get every single drop of good things I possibly could out of that barrel. And I came up with the score. Now, it's not a bad score. I will say this. It's not bad, okay? It's not down in the 1s and 2s. And believe it or not, it's not even down in the 3s or 4s. It's not even in the 5s. But you'll see. On a scale of 1 to 10, I am going to give that a 6.2. Yep, 6.2. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first of all, before we go any further, I know there is probably a few new people here who are checking out the channel for the very first time because they saw their favorite band, AC/DC, on the channel. And this is their first time here and they have no idea how my scoring system works. Well, that's understandable. Let me break it down for you.
Break it down!
People will equate a 6.2 to grade school. You know, a 6.2 is like a 62%, which from grade school, we all know is like a D-, okay? That's not how I go here. I go all the way down to, believe it or not, I go all the way down to 0. I know on a scale of, I say on a scale of 1 to 10, or a scale of 1 to 10, but guys, I do go all the way down to 0. I've given zeros, so... yeah, I go past 1. Trust me. A 6.2 by definition is actually a pretty good score. If you don't believe me, that's fine. You can take a look down below in the video description. You will see down there my scoring system chart, and you'll clearly see that 6.0 to 6.9 is the grading scale for what? What does it say? It says pretty good, okay? This was a pretty good job after I took every single thing into account. All right, now let me just get this out of the way. That was way too goddamn long. It was, man. I'm sorry. I don't like to curse, but that was way too goddamn long. I was getting shades of Vinnie Vincent right there. When Vinnie Vincent would do his 10-minute, he was originally given like 5 minutes. And he stretched it and stretched it every show a little longer, until he's doing seriously 12-minute long guitar solos. I was getting flashbacks of that. I was wondering how they were going to take a 4-minute song and turn it into 17 minutes and 46 seconds. Well, I got my answer, an extended guitar solo. And the thing is, when I saw that time, the first thing that went through my head was extended guitar solo. And I was like, God, I hope not. Please. Please no. And the reason is, look, he did a fine job with what he does, okay? Angus Young is a very accomplished guitar player, okay? He is. Would I say he is a clean guitar player? No, he is dirty as hell. There were so many flubs and ghost notes and smudges and flubs and everything else in that solo. I lost count. I lost count at about 102. Is he a particularly creative guitar player? No, he's a 5-trick pony in all honesty. Hammer-ons, pull-offs, pentatonic scales, blues scales, and triads. That's literally his entire repertoire. That's it. So, I mean, it's not particularly a creative solo. He kept doing the same things over and over and over and over and
5 hours later.
over and over and over and over and over again. And it's like, okay, we get it. You know how to do a hammer-on and a pull-off. Great. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Great. Or 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Great. Or triad. 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5. Great. And then he would come back to it. It's like, okay, you've already done that. What else have you got? You know? It's like, okay, you got your pentatonic scales, you got your blues scales, you got your triads, and you got your not chromatic, but you got your minor scale of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, great, that's wonderful. What else have you got? If you're gonna go a 12-minute long extended guitar solo, 12 minutes plus guitar solo, you better have more in your repertoire than just 5 things. You know what I mean? Oh, so it wasn't particularly all that creative. It was not executed cleanly whatsoever. I mean, it was dirty as hell. But here's the thing. I know that's part of the appeal of AC/DC. I know that dirtiness is part of the appeal. I think that's one of the reasons why I've never been a big AC/DC fan. I know there are a ton of people out there who love AC/DC, and one of the main reasons that people love AC/DC is for their simplicity and for their dirtiness. I got no issue with that. No issue with the simplicity, no issue with the dirtiness, okay? It's fine in their songs, that's great, but when you're gonna do an extended guitar solo, and that's all you're gonna do is those 5 things over and over and over again, it's gonna get old very quickly. And I am not gonna lie, I was getting very, very bored. Now, there were some good things happening, and this is where everything else comes into play besides his guitar playing. First thing, production. Great job. Great production. The stage design, the lighting, the lifts, 2 different lifts. Great job. Great job designing. That was fantastic. That helped make the solo tolerable for me. It helped keep things interesting. In particular, whoever designed the center platform out there, really nice job coming up with that circle with the railing system. It was smart. When I saw that, I was like, I'll bet you that's an elevator. And I was right, it was. But I didn't know why the railing was there. I'm like, what is he going to do? Trip over it or something like that? But no, he got in the middle, fell on his back, put his feet up against that railing and spun himself around. Okay, now I get it. Now I see why there's that gated thing around, you know, going in that circle around. Very smart design. So kudos to whoever designed it. The lighting, whoever was doing the lighting with those floods did a, number 1, great idea. Number 2, great execution. Whenever he would move, the guy who was operating the lights would move with it. And that was fantastic. Really nicely done job. The production was killer. The production was absolutely killer on this. So great job to whoever designed the stage, engineered it, designed the lighting, designed the lifts and everything. Great job on his part. And yes, I am taking that into account. That's one of the biggest saving graces here. Now, big kudos, big props to the other 3 musicians, the drummer, the bass player, and his brother Malcolm. Great job on their part. Playing that riff over and over and over again. Good Lord. Kudos to them for not falling asleep at the wheel or going onto autopilot. I don't know if I could have. I've been in that position before where we have riffed for 4-5 minutes, and not gonna lie, there were occasions, like I said, there was one show in particular where it was a performance. It wasn't a rehearsal. It was during a performance where I went on autopilot and I spaced out. Now, I don't know how long I was zoning out for. I don't know how long I was daydreaming for. I think I was thinking about what we're gonna get for dinner that night, but my left hand and my right hand kept playing on autopilot. It was that easy of a riff. And I felt bad because all of a sudden I heard the lead vocalist come in. I was like, oh, wait, okay, we're still here. Okay, good. And I quickly fell back into where we're supposed to be, but that could have been disastrous. So I got to give a lot of props to the other 3 musicians for staying locked in and keeping that riff going. Kudos to them. And then the last thing I will say is during the guitar solo, Angus took a number of opportunities to interact with the crowd. So there was a lot of crowd interaction. I definitely could appreciate that. It definitely helped the score quite a bit. Every time he would do those call and responses, that's him engaging the crowd and keeping the crowd vested, keeping the crowd interested, and keeping the crowd engaged with what is happening on the stage. So smart move on his part and really nice execution. He had great crowd control, and I will give him all the credit in the world for that. That is how I was able to get this score up to a 6.2. If those things had not been in place, I'm going to be honest with you folks, this would be down in the low 5s, okay? Because of those factors, the production, the other band members, and the crowd interaction from Angus, I was able to elevate this up to a 6.2. But I am not going any higher than that. I am not disrespecting AC/DC in any way, okay? I'm just giving my opinion on this one performance of this one song / extended guitar solo. So, was I a fan of it? No, I was not. This is not something I would ever want to watch again. This is not something that I enjoyed in particular. There were a couple of things I got a kick out of, but that's about it. So it's a pretty good score for what I consider to be overall a pretty good show. So that's where we're at. That's where we're going to stay. Remember, a 6.2 is not a bad score. A bad score would be down in the 1s and 2s. This is getting a 6.2. It's a pretty good score. So 6.2, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys want to do these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.